So let's take your setup from this to this. Now, you won't realise how much this affects the direction of your golf ball. Even so, right? So look at John here. John sent me an email after a recent lesson and look at the title. You won't believe how my setup changed. The difference is crazy. Right, so we've got to get into this video. Now, if you are a brand new viewer, a warm welcome to the channel. I'm Alex and I'm a PJ Golf professional, and this channel is powered by you, the viewers. And as well as looking at John's email, we're picking out Keith's comment. He said, "Hello Alex, when addressing the ball with driver, should it slightly be toe up or flat against the turf?" Now, you might be wondering why this title of this video is all about irons, because what Keith's asking here has a bigger effect with your irons than it does driver, but at the end, 100%. Keith, I'll answer your question, and I know you'll want to know about driver too, so do stick around to the end. Can we all just appreciate this par 3? Mega. So let's go into Keith's comment. Toe being up off the ground at address. Now, the reason that we're starting with the irons is that it has a massive effect the more loft that you have in your hand. So your driver tends to be the lowest lofted club apart from your putter. So we're going to start with a 6 iron here. This is a tough hole. I'd say I'd go less, but I will not reach the green. So when we've got our toe up in the air, we sort of see address positions like this. Maybe excessive knee bend, hands really low. And when we start like this, what I tend to see with golfers, that we probably sort of come back to where we start as a most common thing. And when we come into impact with the toe excessively in the air, the ball is more likely to start left. The complicated name is face plane tilt. Do not worry about that. All you've got to know is that if you're launching it and pulling your irons, like that could be one of the reasons. Okay, toe up in the air at impact. Now have a look at this simulation right here. I'm going to falsely set up on a little small drill and show that relative to the alignment stick in front of me, the ball has started left of target. If your golf club comes into the golf ball and from the address position is toe in the ground, and then you bring it into impact with the toe in the ground and sort of this section of your golf club constantly contacting the ground, the ball is now more likely to start a little bit right of target. Let's have a look at the simulation. We'll just do the opposite here. You can see that I've got the alignment stick down, just swinging this golf club back and through, and how this ball starts a little bit right of target. Obviously, more speed. Extrapolate that, it's going to go a little bit further right. So one option here is to go, okay, however I swing it, I'm going to go and get fitted. And yeah, in an ideal world, that would be a great place to go. But let's just go through some checkpoints with your irons at address that we just want to make sure we've got right. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that it's the lie angle at impact which essentially has the biggest effect. But let's think about this logically. If we set up wrong, then we're more likely to come wrong into impact. So having a good setup is just a great way to start. So these are a few sort of good checkpoints to look at. So how I do it, and I'm going to say right now, I have been fitted for my golf club, so I know that my lie angle for impact for me is pretty good. Like, it's as good as it can be. So as I place that club down, I look to have just my fingertip or just very small amount of my toe off the ground. I'm not sort of sat down, I'm not stood too upright. What I like to have is my hands hanging down on a slight angle away from me, but just hanging down underneath my chin. I tend to see for most golfers, this gives us a good lie angle at address like we've got here on this close-up. So that gives us the best chance of hitting that green. Right, can I hit 2 in a row? Let me try my first one right now, and then we'll talk about driver. That is straight at it. Please be the club. Now, one way to test our lie angle of our golf club is just to go down your driving range. Have a look at the heel of your golf club after you've hit maybe 10, 20 balls with your 7 iron, and are you striking it and marking and getting a wear mark or the abrasion mark from the heel, or is it more towards the toe? Now, if that is the case and it is off center and your ball flight is affected and it is going a little bit left if the mark is towards the heel, or it's going a little bit right if the mark is towards the toe, then I would definitely recommend going getting fitted for some irons. I know that's an expensive option. What I'm saying in this video is that if you start off with a better address position and you're still contacting it toe and heel on the bottom of your golf club, then it's time to go and get fitted. Because you don't want to make silly mistakes at address, but at the end of the day, it's our dynamic lie angle. It's the lie angle when you come into impact that really, really matters. Okay, finally driver. What do we want to see here? Well, essentially, it doesn't really matter too much. With our lower lofted clubs like our driver, like this is our second lowest lofted club after our putter, it doesn't matter too much. The more lofted clubs like our sand wedge or 50 degree, that's where it really does matter a lot more. But how I want to think about an address, I sort of have a fingertip underneath the toe. It's not this way, it's not that way, and that's really nice and simple. Thanks so much for watching. I do hope this really helps you improve your golf. You know what? I know it will. Thanks for watching.